Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Intermediate. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Class 79. Intermediate, Class 79. Here we are practicing a very important tense. We've been practicing now. We have been practicing with the present perfect for a few classes now. We started it a few classes ago, and we have been practicing it for a few classes. Have you been studying the present perfect? Have you been practicing the present perfect? Oh, good. Good job. Have you been reading your student guide? Good, thank you, good. Have you been watching the shows on television? Have you been listening to the lessons on the radio? So here I am using the tense. I'm speaking in the present perfect here. I have been speaking in the present perfect for the last minute and a half, for the last 90 seconds. Yes, I have been practicing this, and it's important. This is a very, very, very important tense. So we were practicing with questions, and we can continue. So ask me if I've driven a truck so far this month. Kyle, have you driven a truck so far this month? No, I haven't. I haven't driven a truck so far this month. Ask me if I have baked a cake so far this month. Kyle, have you baked a cake? Now, bake is hornear, essentially to cook in the oven. El horno, in the oven. To cook it in the oven is to bake. So we cook things on the top of our stove, and we bake things in the oven. So cakes, we bake. So, Kyle, have you baked a cake so far this week? No, I haven't. I haven't baked a cake so far this week. Ask me if I've taught an English class so far today. Kyle, so do this. Ask me. Oh, yes, you, in the car or at home. There are thousands of people in their cars right now listening. So for all of you, but please I don't want to jeopardize your safety. So make sure you keep your eyes on the road, pay attention, but ask me the question. Ask me if I've taught an English class so far today. Good job. Have you taught an English class so far today? Yes, I have. Thank you. Yes, I have. Ask me if I've spoken French so far today. Kyle, have you spoken French so far today? No, I haven't. I haven't spoken French so far today. Ask me if I've checked my email so far today. Kyle, have you checked your email so far today? Yes, I have. I've checked my email. I checked it 2 hours ago. Okay? So, listen, have you checked your email so far today? Yes, I have. The short answer, we're repeating the auxiliary verb. Yes, I have. Yes. Now, the long answer, yes. I've checked my email so far today. I have checked my email. I have checked it. I've checked it. I've checked my email so far today. The short answer, yes, I have. Have you? Yes, I have. The auxiliary verb is repeating. Okay? Yes, I have. Now, when I talk about the last time I checked it, that was a moment. And that moment is now complete. It's finished. So we use the simple past. I checked it 3 hours ago. When we use the word ago, we cannot use present perfect. Did you hear that? Did you hear what I said? When we use the word ago, we're going to use the past. We're talking about a moment in the past. I checked my email 3 hours ago. Hey, Kyle, have you checked your email so far today? Yes, I have. When did you check it? Well, I checked it 3 hours ago. How many times have you checked it? I have checked it 3 times today. Now, each of those times that I checked it, those are all in the past. But here, we're talking about today. And today is still continuing. How many times have you checked it? Well, I've checked it 3 times. When was the last time you checked it? Simple past. The last time I checked it was 3 hours ago. I last checked it. This is a structure we'll see we've been seeing in the advanced classes. Class 77, I believe, advanced, we were looking at this. When did you last? But anyhow, you can hear about that on the radio show or on the television. Probably still reviewing. Well, no, that would have been a few days ago on the radio. But anyway, when did you last, let's see, when did you last send a letter? When did you last send a letter? Well, I last sent a letter 2 months ago. Have you sent Have you sent any letters so far this month? No, I haven't sent any letters so far this month. Here it is, the present perfect. So far this month. Okay. So remember, with so far, we're always using present perfect. When we talk about a moment isolated in the past, we use a simple past. And if we use the word ago, 2 months ago. Yes, I got a letter from her 2 months ago. Simple past. I got a letter from her 2 months ago, and I haven't received a letter from her since then. Desde entonces. Since then, I haven't received a letter from her. No. Okay. So we looked at this structure in the last class. We also saw the structure the week before last, la semana anterior a la pasada, we say, o bueno, hace 2 semanas. With the verb to catch, to spend, and to take. Did you catch a train the week before last? Yes, I caught. Catch, caught. I caught a train the week before last. Did you spend money the week before last? Yes, I spent money the week before last. Did you take a taxi the week before last? Yes, I took a taxi the week before last. Did you catch a cold the week before last? Yes, I caught a cold the week before last. Did you spend $100 the week before last? Yes, I spent $100 the week before last. Did you take an aspirin? An aspirin the week before last? No, I didn't. I didn't take an aspirin the week before last. Did you take a pill the week before last? No, I didn't. I took a vitamin. Yesterday I was talking about taking vitamins, and I asked Nacho, our sound man, about our sound engineer, about vitamins, and he said he doesn't take multivitamins, but I sometimes do. Sometimes I take some multivitamins. Sometimes. But I did not take one the week before last. The week before last. No. All right.
Word of the day.
Yes, it is time now for our word of the day. The word of the day today is búho. Búho. How do you say that, Nacho? How do you say búho? You know, the bird with the head?
Owl?
Owl. Yes, that's right. Owl. O-W-L. Owl. And owls, I think I don't know if this is true, but I think they say owls can rotate their heads 360 degrees. They can rotate their whole head. So they can look behind them by simply spinning their head all the way around. Owls. Yeah. And then they have the, it's like in Madrid, the owl bus. What do they call it? The búho, right? The búho. Like the owl, they essentially call it, and which is the nocturnal buses that follow the metro lines at night, or that run certain night routes, because owls hunt at night. Owls. O-W-L, owl. Owl. All right. So now we can move on and practice a verb. Well, a verb that's quite important, the verb to buy. Every day I buy. Yesterday I bought. Lately I have bought. This is an irregular verb, but it follows a normal, I should say common pattern, a common style of conjugation for irregular verbs. We have buy, bought, bought. So we say bought. B-O-U-G-H-T. We have a lot of letters there. Look at that. B-O-U-G-H-T. Bought. But we don't say boat. No. Bought. It's pronounced as if it were B-O-T. It rhymes with words like pot or not. I'm Canadian. I'm not French. Not, N-O-T. Not bought. So in terms of pronunciation, you have to, when you look at this word, you have to not so much learn, and this is a common pronunciation concept, you have to not so much learn a new sound, but I really believe the trick to pronunciation is often to forget or to force yourself to ignore rules that have been established in your brain by going through school and by learning systematically how to pronounce things and how to do things, really. Because you're trained, when in Spain, you're trained, you have to pronounce every vowel. But in English, we don't have to pronounce them. We don't have to pronounce every vowel, and not every vowel is pronounced the same. We have different treatment, different pronunciation options. So here we have all these letters, but we have to train our brain to ignore some of them and think of B-O-U-G-H-T as bought, as if it were B-O-T. And the reason why I mentioned this is, I call this a common irregular pronunciation, is because it's the same as other words like caught. I caught a cold. Catch, caught. Buy, bought. Think, thought. Okay? Thought, taught. I taught English yesterday. I thought about her yesterday. I bought a book last week. Ought. The pronunciation is like ought. So you have to train your brain that those sounds are the same. And a good way to do this is by writing the words out on a piece of paper, B-O-U-G-H-T, and write all these, write them down. Bought, caught, thought, taught, brought, all these verbs that you can think of that have this pronunciation. And then across from it, write down words that end in simply O-T, like not, hot, pot, lot. And then alternate pronouncing them. So you can say bought, lot, thought, hot, not, caught, taught, rot. Bought, lot, hot, thought, caught, taught, not, hot. And develop this idea and enforce this idea in your head that the pronunciation is the same. Ought. Even though you're looking at different letters, you're training your brain to pronounce it the same. So you're not trying to pronounce O-U-G-H-T. It's like when we look at the name of this company, we say on the radio, Vaughan, because if we write V-A-U-G-H-A-N, which in English is Vaughan, and in English, when I talk to an English speaker, I say I work for Vaughan Radio. But when I talk to a Spanish person, I say I work for Vaughan Radio. Vaughan, because if I say V-A-U-G-H, if they see V-A-U-G-H-A-N and they hear Vaughan, like V-O-N, that's how we pronounce it in English, Vaughan. But if they see V-A-U-G-H-A-N and hear Vaughan, many Spanish people will not equate them. They'll say, those are different things. So we often have to pronounce it the Spanish way. And it's a question of the same thing. We have V-A-U-G-H-A-N. But in English, we just say Vaughan, as if it were V-O-N. And that's a common surname in North America. I know many people named Vaughn, and they're pronounced Vaughn, not Vaughan. Okay, so here we are. Have you bought it today? So give me an affirmative answer. Have you bought it today? Yes, I have bought it today. Have you bought a chocolate bar today? Yes, I have bought a chocolate bar today. Have you bought a book this month? Yes, I have bought a book this month. Did you buy a book last month? Yes, I bought a book last month. Very good.
Vocabulary of the day.
Yeah, all right, it's time now for the vocabulary of the day, our 5 words of vocabulary. The first word today is en cualquier sitio, which is in English, any place, any place. Caldería, cambio. Change, change. Confianza, confidence. Out loud with me. Confidence. Confidence is very important when you're learning English. Confidence. You have to be confident. Confidence. Personal, de plantilla. Personnel. Personnel. Personnel, we say. Yes. And it's almost like person A, person B, person C, personnel, we say. Almost like the letter L. Personnel. Nombrar. To appoint. To appoint. The verb to appoint. Nombrar. He was appointed manager. He was appointed CEO. Okay, so there we go. There we have our 5 words of vocabulary. We have a translation list here, but we don't have time. We're out of time. Nacho is telling me that we are completely out of time, and he's right. We have no time. So I promise you that we will review this list in its entirety tomorrow in the class, in the next class. Okay? So be sure to tune in and listen to that program. But in the meantime, study Translation List 18 in your book, and you can see it on television today. And I'll quiz you on it tomorrow. We can practice it, okay? Okay, so I'll see you then. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.